couple of people milling about, hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Any method in particular you would like to employ to find our man?
I get really excited that there's like a really nice echo in here, and I practice my evil laugh with the echo.
Oh dear. Well.
Like...
Wait a minute. I think I can improve that. All right, goes in.
You have the echo?
Yeah.
Are we ready? This place is awesome!
Awesome.
I ask the nearest, which god do they worship in this temple?
Very good question, which I had written down on a piece of paper I can't find. Hold on. They are quite the worshippers of... Where's the guy with the damn hammer?
The guy with the hammer? Thor.
Yeah, here they worship... Let's see...
This hat is being ridiculous.
It's crazy. Actually, they worship Palar.
You call that a god?
Yeah, the god of the sun. Pretty neutral, pretty good.
The sun.
So as you cackling away, you've clearly disturbed everyone in this entire church. And their prayer, all eyes are on you guys now. You guys make entrances. Let me tell you.
Being quiet is so boring.
You were saying, Resorti?
I'd like to clamp my hand over the magician's mouth.
Ooh, you sure you want that?
Hey, don't touch me. I don't.
It's a very small little creature. I'm going wild.
I really don't suggest it.
So you do that. Bam.
Yep.
The cackling stops abruptly.
Quiet. We have work to do. It's not your space for amusements.
Your hand rapidly moistens.
I remove my hand, wipe it on pant leg, and...
Awesome.
I glower, but
Very
I
good.
shut up.
Okay, good. So you're looking. You grab somebody and
I asked them about the god, but so I asked them about the god.
Paylor. Yeah.
I laughed. Then I look over towards Meister Actus, and I look at him. I'm like, "You're loud. Look for your boy."
You're loud.
I'm loud.
He's loud.
Look for what boy?
Look for what boy?
Stefan.
Oh, Stefan. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've
Stefan.
probably been paying attention. I'm more interested in preaching.
Well, you are in a church.
And loud when you preach.
Okay, well, I mean, I know the way of the church. Like, just because I can be loud, like any cleric can be loud because we'll go and try and preach, our divine and stuff. But I know the way of the church, so I'm going to look for the nearest person that looks like an actual clergy, and then I'm going to hand them one of my business coins.
How many of those do you have in your pocket?
He looks at you.
They're
with,
not hard to make.
He looks at you and the rest of the group with almost terror in his eyes. And you hand him the coin, and he looks at it for a moment, and then understanding comes across his face, and he says, he's in the confessionals."
Yes, he would be brother from another god. Please take me the way to this confessionals, for I could use a fresh dose of pain myself.
He leads you over to a confessional area, which is sort of like, sort of brought away out of the sort of main worshiping area, and it's kind of like a closed door, a single closed door, and he says as he walks up to the door and makes note that there seems to be a clergyman's hat hanging off of the door handle that confessions are in session, that you'd have to wait until the confession is over.
Yeah, when I was in college, they did that too.
Yeah, for confessions.
Yeah,
Definitely.
confession.
For that.
Is that when Disaster was in college?
So yeah, nice, kind of back in there. I mean, you guys can wait. Not follow whatever rules you want, I suppose.
I'm
Can I
gonna.
bust the door down?
Well, if that happens, but I was gonna say, can you please tell Maestro, because since I believe that he also enjoys the services of pain and debauchery like that, can you please tell Maestro Stefan that his special services have arrived and it is immediate and pressing in nature, and then I will be happy to continue his confessional practices with him on our own later to make up for it.
Oh dear. Oh dear. He says, yes, I can do that when confessions are over.
I'm gonna.
Can I knock the door down now?
If you
I'm gonna
want.
roll a diplomacy on it then.
I'm going to use my tiny gnome foot to try and knock the door down.
10. He is not swayed to do so. He says, I wish I could interrupt, but not since last time. Thank you.
That's last time.
How many people are in line?
How many people? There are no people in line. There's no one in line. It's just like closed door. Everyone else is somewhere else in this place, preferably as far away from your group as possible.
Is that a fountain in the middle there?
It's a big old fountain. It's kind of like, yeah, it's nice.
I'm kind of want to wash myself in it.
Oh, sacrilege.
Well, I mean, you guys can stop me. I don't have to do it.
I actually follow.
Oh,
Because
this is,
I don't care for
yeah,
this
this
guy.
is a public bathhouse.
Yeah, I take my robe off.
Oh dear.
Leave the
Oh,
hat
yeah.
on though. Leave the hat on. Robe off.
They as you try to do that, one of the priests hurry up and say, the bathhouses are this way.
Wait, you have a whole house for a bath? That's
It's over here.
This is
There's
water.
a bath right here.
This is not for bathing.
Well, then what else is water for?
That's silly.
It's the holy fountain.
Holy water.
Well, I mean, my robe is also holy. It has many holes.
The
All
bathhouses.
the wrong places, dear Disastro.
The bathhouses are this way.
You caused the most pain for my functioning eye here.
Well, I'm glad. Aren't you happy?
Yes.
Whatever.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Alistair gives praise.
Really quickly, Asher, is there anything you would like to add to this situation?
I'm staying all the way on this one. It's out of my control. Though, am I right to understand? We understand that Stefan is inside this particular confession booth.
Yes. This is the only
Okay,
one with a
stop.
door, by the way.
I just knock on the door.
You knock on the door. You hear.
I pound on the door.
Can I make a roll for profession?
To understand that?
Being able to understand muffled speak because it's part of the job.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Feel free.
Give it
Yeah.
a go.
It's part of the job.
17.
You hear he says, "Just a moment, please."
Okay, I'm gonna pass that on to everybody else. Yes, I understand this quite well. He says, "One moment."
So after a few.
I'm
What's
gonna
that?
put my robe back on. I just want to put that out there and put my robe back on because I gave up. Because they keep looking at my tiny little gnome body and it's starting to bother me, so I put my robe on.
Oh, that's good. So after a few short moments, a sort of sort of muscular man in a sort of like plain shirt and and pants, sort of shuffles out and closes the door and gives you all meaningful looks and leaves the church, unless you stop him.
Wait, Stefan's leaving?
I stop
I
him.
stopped him.
Okay, you stop him and he says, "What is it you want?"
I step from behind and I say, "Tell me your name."
My name? You don't need my name. Who the heck are you? You don't look so tough.
Oh, and I put my hand on my sword and take it out of the sheath just a little bit more.
He looks at you and your shield and your everything, and says, "Sit down before you hurt yourself."
Oh. I pull the sword completely out.
There's like screams amongst the church, "Ah!" and one of the priests rush up and say, "Please, not inside a church!" At that point, Stefan opens the door. He seems to be covered in various straps and buckles, and says, kind of peeking from behind the door as a shield, he says, "Yes, what's this all about?" "Oh, isn't he pretty?" And he gestures towards Maester.
Oh, glorious! There is somebody here that who embellishes in it as much as I do. Wonderful Rallis to praise.
Hey, he stole your outfit.
Maestro Stefan, we have come to meet with you. It is of a pressing matter, and I promise I will make it worth your while with a free confessional session later for you.
Oh,
Much later.
just let me get decent and I shall be right with you. Unless you'd like to come in now.
By all means, of course. My fellow party members could totally understand to have a little more pain exposed in its beauty to them. So please, we will come right on in and accept your
I'm ready right now.
Oh dear. Okay, you come on in. He's wearing a sort of like a robe. I mean, it's not too terribly saucy, but he's covered in some various bits of leather. It does not seem like a confessional booth that you've ever seen before. Maybe you, Meister. It's.
I mean, I'm quite familiar with this kind of confessional.
Yeah, you sure are. But as you come in, he begins straightening up the room and like putting things away.
Can I sit on this? I don't know what it is.
He says, "Feel free."
All right.
I want to clarify, I did not join in on this confessional.
I mean, you're not walking in?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
walking in.
he's standing guard outside or something. He's not for Jarul. Jarul needs none of this.
Jarul's in the middle of a job here.
Asher, are you coming in? I know Destro's is.
Yeah, but a little less enthusiastically than the other two.
All right. So he says, What is all of this about?"
My confuddled little friend here may be able to provide me with more information, because
I have a scroll.
I believe we are here seeking somebody of a specific nature, but I cannot seem to remember the name. Disastro, my painfully confused little friend. Please provide him with the info.
I have a scroll. Let me unfurl it.
Ah,
Okay.
Lovely.
Okay, so, Stefan, your last name is Rimschickle? Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Do you know someone by the name of Chadwin Bronham?
Chadwin?
Yes.
Good lord, my great grandfather?
Yes, exactly. Do you know where he is?
Well, he's the only reason that I'm even in this church. You know, he was close to a saint around these parts.
Oh, a saint.
Yes, I suppose he's been here, same place he's been in for, well, years now. The catacombs.
Maybe in a bag that we might be able to take with us.
No, he's in the catacombs.
Catacombs. Ugh.
Yeah,
Don't bother.
but don't go there. That's an awful place, full of, well, devils, demons. No place for
Well.
decent folk. He does a quick shot of eyes over to Maester.
Decent folk, you say? But we know that the glorious and wonderful things in life are not decent at all, because they will teach us the true path to salvation. Yes, my friend. I understand where you're going.
Would you mind at all if we resurrected him?
Dude,
I very quickly interject, grabbing
God,
the
no!
little shoulder once more. My friend is only speaking metaphorically, meaning we'll bring back his memory once more. We'll be able to understand the glory of your family. There is nothing to worry about. Literally, resurrection, that's not even possible.
wait, can you do a bluff check?
Sure.
Very, very upfront about it. I mean, you gotta give him that. He's a little confused about this situation. He says, You wish to revive the workings of Chadwin?
I feel like I get elbowed.
I have some of his writings over here.
He's excited about this.
Oh, he's very excited about this. He goes over to a man before his time. He says he goes over to a drawer. He opens the drawer, removes a few interesting items off of a tome, and he takes it out. And he lays it on a book stand. Very, very delicately opens it up and pulls out the small magnifying glass that is attached to the binding of the book, and begins examining some of the pages.
And how familiar are you with his own writings and teachings? Do you know all intimately?
While he's talking with him and doing all this, while the Stefan is kind of interested, I'm going to just kind of like nonchalantly look at some of the various implements, wink, wink, hint, hint, around the room. And I would like to kind of do a religion check on them to see if they may or may not be associated with something along the lines of what I worship.
This is far tamer. You don't even have to do a check. This is far tamer than what. I mean, we're talking like little leather spank things. You know, we're talking ticklers. You know, a few handcuffs.
Just actual, S&M, and not like, oh my God, give in to the pain. S&M.
Yeah, no, it's not quite like that. So you don't see too. It's nothing like crazy like what your character's into, but it's very surface level, kind of like, there's not like giant throbbing dildos quivering in the corner or anything like that. Although I'm sure you could get him there. So Asher's asking him, does he know the works intimately? He says, well, I know very many of the passages is very good. And he starts pointing out one on servitude. And it's very, very clearly that he's taken this, a lot of the works in here, from his great, so on, Chadwin, that he's taken some of these out of context and in a way that maybe they weren't quite supposed to be. This particular passage he's reading out is about servitude to one's betters, mostly aimed towards people in farms and like low-level working, and saying that they should be grateful for the work and the things that they do, because the good Lord provides for them. They should provide for the good lords. Basically, this is all about slavery. And how we should have lots more slaves.
Wait, like sexual slaves or regular
Just regular
slaves?
Regular slaves. He's taking it a different
so
way, but like
I see. Okay.
Chadwin's all about regular slaves, people to serve their betters, to better the place of the church specifically. Yeah.
Okay. I'm into that. How do we get to the catacombs?
He says, "Oh, they're below the church."
Is there a trap door or?
Well, we sealed the ones in the church here long ago. The catacombs have since sort of filled. There is a way in, but you wouldn't want to go there. As I said, it's an awful place. There's it's haunted. It's bad.
How about I have one more question for you. It's very, very important.
Okay.
Do you have any black candles, and can I have them?
Oh well. I do have a
They
few.
can be shaped like pinors and etc. I don't care.
I do have a few. But they were quite expensive. The mold used to make them was very hard to come by.
Well, I need 4 of them.
Well, would you reimburse? Perhaps?
Well, I have a little bit of. I have some rope.
Oh, I have plenty of that.
Pickaxe?
No, I don't think I need that.
I could let you borrow Keith for a while. He's my familiar. He's very nice.
Well,
I'm killing for Sorty. I feel so bad. He's just dying over there.
No. I really, they're quite expensive, these candles.
Look, I only have 3 gold pieces, and I know that's not gonna be enough.
Well, only a few more, and it covered just the cost.
Well, then how about I offer a trade of services? Maybe I help you with some of your confessionals.
Oh?
Normally I would charge a reasonably exorbitant amount for my specialized services, but between me and you, I understand that you appreciate these things more than most of these others around here. So how about I offer you a couple of nights of helping you with your confessionals in trade?
Do a charisma check. Or actually, do an intimidation check.
Can I do profession?
Yeah, actually. That'll do. That'll do just fine.
12?
12? Alright. He says, I don't know. It's a good idea. All right. I guess so. But I will take that 3 gold.
Crap. I fish it out from somewhere deep within my robe.
He takes the gold, and then upon taking it, looks at it and puts it in the wash basin.
Yeah, you're gonna want to really clean that.
All right. He says, come back later. I must continue my work.
Wait, can we have the candles though now?
Yeah, he gets some candles out there.
Look at that! Check off!
And they're candles of very handsome men
Ooh, nice.
that may or may not be clothed. They're not clothed. That's the secret. They're not at all.
Where's
I
the
can make
wick?
little clothes.
Where's the wick? It's on the top of the head. What are you?
Yeah, man, they gotta burn for a while.
Yeah. Light a candle halfway in the middle. Come on. Grow up.
Hey, I don't know, Stefan.
I'm gonna. Are they lit?
They're lit? No, they're not lit.
Okay.
It's lit, fam.
Okay, candles received. You've got one thing off of your list. Well done. Where's my thing? Oh, here it is. You got four candles. He takes it from his little stash of handsome men candles. He's got a couple colors actually. He's got like some red ones, some purple ones.
Look at that! You guys didn't think I would be handy, and here
Some
I am
of them are
being
ladies.
Handy. Handy.
Handy. Well, you
I'm
are
gonna
very.
change my name to Disastro the Handy.
Good luck.
Just
Good luck
fucking
getting that to
changes
stick.
his name all the time. I love it.
Yes, every couple of minutes I change.
Wow.
Like, I have to get new coins made.
New business coins.
No,
Alright.
new business coins.
So I'm
Business
gonna
coins.
go back to the main little scene here. All right. So yeah, we went to the church, did that. Did you guys have any other incredibly strange moments to do?
Rizzo.
We ought to head to the catacombs at once. We have a mission to do. I'm not feeling well. The longer we spend away, the worse we'll be. Let's get on with ourselves. To the catacombs we must go.
All right. Yeah.
Agreed.
You though Chadwin didn't quite tell you, it doesn't take too much for people to tell you where the catacombs are and to also tell you that they're haunted and full of devils.
Oh, good.
You don't want to go there. That's this terrible, awful place. So basically, it's kind of like there's a park just near the church. You know, a nice little kind of small park. There are a few gravestones. There's a small corner that's like actually a gravestone area, and near that there's a sort of like a staircase that kind of like recedes down into the catacombs. Yeah.
That was easy.
It's really not hard to get to the catacombs.
I feel like there's probably things down there that we should kill.
Could be. Could be.
You want to get your weapons out?
So, no, you guys get there. I don't know do you want to get your weapons out?
Yes. I walk along
Asher,
this
would
entire,
you
this entire
like to get your
time.
weapons out?
They're always ready.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Awesome. Right here.
Right.
I don't. My melee weapon is for emergencies only because I can't hit very hard.
Okay, so you get to the catacombs. You're kind of walking down the stairs. The stairs go down to like a small platform, kind of like a box room. In this box room, there's like a few statues, you know, Palor standing there looking super religious. Some like altars with like burnt down candles and like, you know, some fancy stuff. And there's a gate. This gate is closed and locked.
I pull out
let's
my
leave.
great sword and I hit the lock.
Okay, well the lock is like inside of the.
Oh.
But you hit at it anyway, so go ahead and do a strength check.
Strength check.
Mm-hmm.
I might have a no. I did take a point in disabling a device if this doesn't go.
Nice.
I was trying to do something, but that wasn't working.
I love that it actually says dominatrix check. By the way, it's not. Didn't I? You know, I really didn't think it was actually even going to come up. It was just like a character thing I put on there to make it interesting. You know, in case you guys explored. Like he's got a lot of different traits that you guys could have exploited. I didn't expect that one to be the one that was exploited, to be honest. Okay, you got a 17 there. Yeah, you hit it. Sparks fly. You actually peel some of the metal out of there. Like, you know, like it's kind of like a little filings come off.
All right.
Like a little chunk, but it doesn't open. Does anyone else want to do an attempt here or anything?
I can try and pick the lock.
Okay. Do try to
I'm
pick
like,
them.
wait a minute! That was very impressive, but let me try something.
Awesome.
Let's see. Disabled device is what it is, correct?
Yes. So you're going to town and you're working on it, and you know things are like moving and clicking, and you know you're doing stuff. I don't know. You guys, I suppose, are watching, and as you're doing so, you hear a voice. Customers. And out from the other side of the gate, there's a small red imp with wings.
Mom?
And he's kind of got like a fairly nice shirt on. He's got like sort of like white hair, you know, like tufts coming out of the top of his head. And he says, can I interest you in my wares?
underwears?
If that's what you need, I can supply. Anything for a valued customer.
What do you have to offer?
What is it you want?
Chadwin.
Chadwin. Oh, aye. He's down here. And I could offer you the way, but nothing without a price. He sort of like tosses a roll onto the floor on the other side.